Ever stop to think how much those little impulse buys on your phone are adding up to, and how many subscription payments are sneaking out of your bank account every single month? Before I started using Rocket Money, let me tell you, I had no idea. But the first time I logged in, I saved $435. I couldn't believe it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. I just love the dashboard. It shows everything in one place, even the subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. And if there's something you don't need, Rocket Money helps you cancel it. Plus, it alerts you if a bill increases or if something unusual pops up in your account. It's basically like having a personal assistant for your money. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Kim today. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Hey, thanks for listening to the Kim Komando Show. Here comes hour one. So they say that my tone, my inflection has changed, Andrew. I don't know if you've noticed this.
Who's they?
Listeners. They're sending me a lot of notes. And they're saying that I'm more structured, I'm more coherent, I'm more optimized. And
someone sent you a message
yes.
and said, "Hey, Kim, love the show.
Yes.
By the way, you sound so much more optimized."
Correctamundo, boy wonder.
Interesting.
Yes. And it's called Chat GPT-ification.
Okay.
And it's happening to not just me. It may be happening to you and you are unaware of it. But a team of researchers, they combed through tens of millions of emails and essays and YouTube videos and podcasts, and they found that since ChatGPT has been launched, that we are using words like delve, meticulous, realm, boast, swift, and has just skyrocketed in everyday speech.
We're using these after we copy and paste them into emails, and then we go, "Oh, I didn't know that was a word," and then we started using it on an everyday basis.
Exactly. So we all got this vocabulary upgrade just because of ChatGPT. You know, and speaking of,
yes,
you ready?
I'm ready.
What do you call a dinosaur with a great vocabulary? What do you call a dinosaur with a great vocabulary? It's a
thesaurus.
Thesaurus, yes.
Don't clap. I'm not proud that I knew that.
Yeah, you know what? When you do that stand-up comedy, you used that.
Oh, absolutely.
I could tell.
That's what got me my spot on the Tonight Show. The old thesaurus joke.
Well, they are looking for a replacement now. Just saying. All right, I hope you're ready, ladies and gentlemen, because you are about ready to be tech ahead, because otherwise you'll be left in the digital dust, because I'm, of course, Kim Komando, America's beloved digital goddess, here with you once again. And joining me is Andrew Babinski. He's my co-host and also the co-host of the morning show, KEZ 99.9 FM.
Hi, Kim.
And you have just tapped into the biggest show, the best show, the most trusted show about all things digital. And you can find us on over 425 great radio stations. We're streaming on every app that matters, and we're in podcast form wherever you need us. Just search for Komando. That's K-O, not C-O, and boom, I'm just there. And a huge welcome to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio, reaching 375,000 service members in 175 countries and 200 ships at sea. Thank you for your service, and thanks for letting us to be part of your day. And if you have a tech question, you want to rant about something, or just want to talk it out, the Komando hotline is open now at 1-888-825-5254, or head over to komando.com, and there's an Ask Kim link at the top, and that's where you can book your one-on-one time with us right here on the air, and that's where all the smart people go for answers. All right, so let's get this started. Every single day, rain or shine, vacation or not, weekends, weekdays, I am just looking at everything online, talking to industry insiders, reading those boring white papers so that this way you don't have to and you know exactly what's going on. And here are some things that are trending right now. We're going to start with Spencer Cox. Utah's governor was right when he called social media a cancer on society. Okay, but it doesn't end there. It's just everywhere. And if you think you have the scammers under control, where they're taking what little retirees have left to the pedophiles, they instantly pop up again on, of all places, Andrew, Facebook.
Of course.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but companies catering to pedophiles have popped up on Facebook selling sex dolls in the form of 8 to 10-year-old girls.
Okay, that's gross. That's disgusting.
It is.
But is it legal?
Mark Zuckerberg's Meta, worth just under $2 trillion. He says that he can't hire enough people to police the site.
Of course not.
He just can't do it.
So maybe you should take it down then, huh, Mark?
Okay. But with AI, they could probably look for something in the algorithms. Now, if you think about this, not only are the dolls being sold on Facebook, and I don't know if it's legal or not.
I don't know.
It just has that horrible, horrific, icky feeling about it.
Oh, yeah. It's disgusting.
Meta is making money from them because they're taking out the ads.
Well, of course they are. But it can't be that much.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of these ads are up there.
But, okay, how much is an ad? A nickel? Half a nickel?
Well, no, you pay on a cost per view, a CPM, or maybe a cost per acquisition, but it doesn't matter how much money. It really has to do with why is he even allowing this on a platform anyway?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It would be easy just to take that whole category down, whether they're adults, children, any sort of
sex doll.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just
gross.
take them all down.
Coming in next, we're going to talk about TikTok. September 17th was the hard deadline. Either sell or shut it down. There has been a framework of a deal set up. I don't know if you heard about this. Under Oracle, Silver Lake, and Anderson Horowitz, they're going to take control of TikTok's American operations. Beijing, Communist China, they're going to still own the algorithm.
Right.
Okay. And that's the big thing about TikTok.
That's
right?
like you saying, hey, Kim, you want to buy my car? I'm going to keep the engine, but you can buy my car.
Yes, U.S. investors have an 80% stake in it. But boy, I'll tell you, I'll never forget the first time I fired up TikTok. I was on a treadmill. I was in France, and I thought, you know what? I'll just check it out. Within like 6 minutes, it had me just nailed down on like every video.
Oh, yeah.
Just going on and on and on. Let's see. This is really interesting. And I think I find this interesting because I was on a plane this past week.
Where'd you go?
I was in London, Austria, Lake Como, Berlin, and back to London, and then back to Phoenix, and did all that in about 12 days.
Did you have a good trip?
I had a great trip.
Good.
I did. I had fun. And on the way back, you know how like when you're getting ready for a long flight and you get yourself all settled in?
How long is long?
For me, anything over 5 hours is a long flight.
And what was this one?
10 and a half hours.
Yeah, that's a long flight.
Okay. So I get my laptop out, I
Right.
get my little charger, and I have my headphones, and I have my bottle of water next to me, and I'm like, got my blanket, my pillow, so I'm like all set it up. And this woman comes over to me and she says, Miss Commando? And I said, yeah. She said, welcome to the flight. This is British Airways because they're very proper. I'm in charge of the flight, and there are 462 passengers on board. I'm like, thank you, yes.
Great.
And I'm also in charge of the flight deck, and we have 2 crews in the flight deck. Because of the long flight, they switch. And we have about 22 flight attendants here to serve everybody on the plane.
This is some fun facts you're getting fed.
And I said, thank you. And now, meanwhile, I'm like trying to get myself settled. But I don't want to be rude.
Sure.
Okay. I think she's going to ask me for like a glass of champagne or something. And I said, so? And she goes, I just wanted to inform you that we are having some issues with the Wi-Fi, and it doesn't work.
Again, this happened to you?
Okay. Oh, my gosh.
What was she trying to butter you up with taking attendance prior to that?
I don't know. And I looked at her and said, you what?
So you had no Wi-Fi the whole flight?
No.
This is like the 3rd time this has happened to you.
I know. It's just awful. Have you ever heard of something called the ARC?
No.
The Airlines Reporting Corporation.
Oh, now that you put it that way.
Yes.
No.
404 Media. We've had them on the show before.
Yeah.
Joseph Cox. He's a good guy.
Great website.
ARC is a company owned by the biggest U.S. airlines. And as it turns out, they've been giving federal agencies, the FBI, ICE, Secret Service, and a lot more, access to all passenger records. All passenger records. Not just kind of terrorists, every single person. All without a warrant. The data is your full name, payment method, dates, times of travel, full itinerary, who you travel with. And so that this way law enforcement can search it instantly.
Are they selling it to them? Is this a fee?
I think they are.
Profit driven?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And by the way, All these agencies, they signed something that said they would never reveal that they were doing business with the ARC.
Oops.
Sorry. And this coming in last. Have you ever had a personalized license plate?
Never.
Never?
No.
Okay. I have one. You know that.
But I don't want someone to remember me. That's
That's
why.
I know. That's
If I
it.
accidentally cut them off,
Yes.
they're going to be like Big Drew 64. Now I know who that is.
Well, mine is NONET30.
Oh, yeah. You told me about this one.
No net 30.
Right.
Okay. Some people look at it. A lot of people are like, what? I don't get that. And then the people who do get it, they're like, that is so funny. Okay. Basically, it's like cash. It's cash. We don't offer terms.
No debt.
No debt. So there's a woman in California, and she has been driving around with a license plate and it's LUVSICK. Lovesick.
Or loves ick.
That's true. There is that. See, I see a positive.
Oh, okay. Well, ick could be like her husband.
Ex-husband. There was I don't know if you ever saw, there was some woman in a Mercedes that had a plate that basically when you read it out, it said, my ex bought me this.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Like a divorce settlement.
So she's had this plate for 20 years. And now suddenly she's getting ticket after ticket after ticket from states she's never even visited. As it turns out, they're for sale online is a fake California license plate with lovesick on it.
Oh, no.
Okay. People are putting the plates on their cars to get away from like traffic cams and all those other things. And then the tickets are getting mailed straight to Susie. And so now she's sitting there calling agency after agency after agency saying it wasn't me.
I can't believe you can sell a plate online.
Oh, yeah. You can buy plates on eBay.
Well, I guess you can buy a sex doll on Facebook. What am I thinking?
Yeah. Ian bought Barry for Father's Day. It was actually really kind of cute. Is like old California license plate that said like my boat. And and then Barry put it on his car, of course.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then
Wait a minute. He put a legal license plate on his vehicle?
Yeah, he did. He did.
It's not bright.
I know, and that's not really like him. It's not.
Some guy in West Virginia is now going to get a speeding ticket because of Barry.
Crazy. If I ever own a hydrogen car,
Yeah.
this is what the license plate is going to be: HNDNBRG.
Okay.
Hindenburg.
Oh, the humanity.
All right, coming up, we're going to have a little game show for you, Andrew. I don't know if the guys and gals in production told you about this. It's going to be whether or not you can tell AI from a human voice. We're going to play 3 different snippets, and it's up to you to decide.
Am I the contestant?
Yes, you are the contestant.
Let's go.
Also, is Apple selling your health data? And then there's a new scam spreading called ghost tapping. Yeah, it's pretty scary. And of course, we have just the best callers ever, and you have us here on the Kim Commando Show. If you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise: home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part, most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HometitleLock.com/Kim. That's HometitleLock.com/Kim. Have you ever wanted to just like pause the internet? Just say, oh, we all need a break. Or maybe when the kids go to bed, you're like, I wonder if I could just turn off the internet. Well, I've got that tip coming up in just a few minutes. But this is part of the show where I need to remind you to sign up for our free newsletter.
Please.
I mean, just do it, right? I mean, you want to go to getkim.com and you're going to join people that just love it time and time again. All we do is get positive feedback.
And if you listen to the show, people call in and the first thing they say to Kim is thank you for the newsletter.
You know what they do?
It's the first thing I read every single morning when I wake up.
Yes, I mean, it takes just 5 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, because sometimes the stories get long. Like the story that I did today, I've been getting a lot of feedback about. It's about how the internet travels in undersea cables. Have you ever thought about that?
No. I actually had a discussion with Lisa about the cables because I told her about the cables. She's like, there's no cables at the bottom of the ocean. You're crazy.
Okay, well, now you need to send her the newsletter.
I do.
Sign up at getkim.com. All righty, then. Let's get started with Brian in Syracuse, New York. Hello there, Brian.
Hey, how are we doing?
Wonderful. What's going on with you, sir?
Not too much. I love the show. I listen to it every Saturday.
Thank you. So what's on your mind?
I lost my niece 4 years ago
Oh, I'm
in
sorry.
a car accident. And I built a pond before that. Her and I had stocked it with fish, and I wanted to somehow get her name so when you're on Google Maps to name the pond after her. And I have no clue how to go about it.
Oh, you know what? That's a great idea.
It's very sweet.
It's very sweet.
I'm glad you're naming it after her and not the Gulf of America because that's already been taken.
True. It is.
This would be the Gulf of Syracuse.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What is her name?
Natalie.
Natalie.
Okay.
Oh, so Natalie's Pond. That's so pretty.
Yeah.
What you do is you you can do this yourself, but I'm going to tell you, you're going to need more than yourself. And once you set this up, I want you to send the link to me, and then I'll put it in the newsletter because the way that this works is that you can suggest a change to Google Maps, but it doesn't have enough weight just with you. You need to have multiple people say, we want to change this name from this little pond to Natalie's Pond. And then that's when Google's great algorithms say, oh, it's more than just Brian that wants to do it. It's a whole slew of people that do it. So what you do is you open up Google Maps and you find the pond's location. And then once the location is selected, and I want you to do this on a desktop if you can, because this was programmed so long ago, sometimes it's harder to find it on mobile, is that there's an option that says Suggestion Edit. And from there, you can change the name or other details. And in the name field, that's when you can call it Natalie's Pond, Natalie's Memorial Pond, or anything like that. And then it's going to ask you for some other information, and that's where you can also submit maybe even your story. And then once Google reviews these edits, it may take a couple of days, couple of weeks. But again, if you can have multiple people do this, that's when Google's great computers say, oh, this looks like something we ought to do.
Now, that doesn't become official. That's not like legal. That's just on Google.
Right, just on Google Maps.
But because it's on Google Maps, will other map websites pick it up?
Yeah, they probably will.
Okay.
Because they all exchange data.
Right, okay.
It's kind of like, I don't know if you noticed, but when I lived on another part of Phoenix, so you've been to the house with the tennis court and all that other stuff, is that Google Maps said that I lived at my neighbor's house. And so people would go stand in front of Randy's house and take pictures.
Poor Randy.
And he called me up. He was like, this crap has to stop. Make it stop.
The power of Google.
But he was tempting to put a blonde sex doll on the porch if I didn't change it.
I know where you can buy one on Facebook.
Exactly. Thanks for your call today, Brian.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, deepfake scams have jumped 442%.
That's all?
Over the last year, yes. So, Andrew, we're going to be playing you some clips.
All right.
And then we want you to say real or fake, human or AI. And I want you to really listen, because if I called you with any of these, is it me or is it fake?
Okay. Because I can tell you right now, the voices that they do call me with, the spam calls,
Yes.
I can tell they're a recording
Really?
within seconds.
Okay. Here's clip one.
Okay.
Andrew, go ahead and pick up $2,000 in gift cards. Scratch off the codes and text them to me. Got it?
AI or me?
I'm going to say that's you.
Do we have a sound effect for he's wrong? Yes, that was
That
it.
was the buzzer?
Yes.
I don't feel that wrong with that being the buzzer. This is a very polite, wrong buzzer.
That's Sandra. She's polite. She's a nice woman. She is.
Excuse me, sorry. That was incorrect. Meh.
Okay. Okay, that was an AI clip.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a pretty good job. I mean, it sounded really a lot like you.
Okay, here's the next one.
Hey, I need you to process a wire transfer right now. I'll send the account details. Hold on a moment.
That's you. That's real.
No.
Again, with the polite buzzer.
Oh, that's much better. That's the best one. You know what? She's wild in there with this 360.
She
is.
loves sound effects.
Yes. Okay. All right. Finally, clip number 3. Real or AI?
Andrew, I was sent compromising pictures of you in a Cardinals hat. Care to explain?
Well, I mean, that's based on a real conversation we had. And I said to delete those pictures, Kim. So I'm going to go with real. What kind of game is this that they're all the same answer?
Oh, see, you gotta be careful.
Are those all different websites?
No, just
No, all from the same?
yeah, all from the same.
Okay.
All from the same.
Did a pretty good job.
We have to. You know what? Your mic works. We have to turn on your mic so you can talk
can
to
say.
it.
Hi.
There you are. Okay, so let's introduce everybody
Yeah.
to Sandra.
Hi.
Okay.
Hey there.
Yes, there she is, and she is the keeper of everything audio.
And she has the timing on sound effects better than anyone I've ever worked with.
I know she does 100%.
She's on top of it. It's like she's hovering over the button.
And there's like, and she's got like 12 or 15 little panels there to select from.
A couple, way too many. I mean, we don't need that many buzzards. I'm not always that wrong.
No, but I do like the one where people just laugh hysterically at my jokes. I think that's amazing.
That's definitely AI.
Let's see, Dina in Orlando, Florida. Welcome aboard. What's going on, Dina?
Hey, Kim. Hi. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Good, good. I just want you to know right off that I love your show and the way you explain things to us non-techies so that we can understand them. And I appreciate all the helpful information that you give out. So just wanted to say that first of all.
That's sweet. Thank you for that.
Yeah, well, I mean it sincerely. I have a question, and I have a website that's a WordPress site, retail,
Okay.
and I've had it for several years, and started having issues and things happen that have been really frustrating.
Like what?
Well, one example, in June, I looked on some shopping cart pages of my site and saw all of these fake reviews. And they were like 2-star reviews, and almost every one was a type of pharmaceutical drug and then a link to the website for the pharmaceutical company.
Yeah, spam links. That's awful.
Yeah, oh my gosh! But it was there were so many of them. So I contacted my website developer. It took him 2 days to get rid of them. Of course, I had to pay him, and so. But he said there were over 18,000 of these fake reviews.
Oh my gosh.
And
18,000?
over 18,000. I mean, like I just went into a few pages, and on one there was 240 right there. I mean, it was just amazing. So my developer did different things to prevent it from happening again, securing or installing a security system and all of this stuff. So I haven't had fake reviews since then, but I'm having other issues. And, I asked him, look, I'm really getting frustrated with this. It's time consuming, I'm having to pay, blah, blah, blah. And I asked him what I could do so that this doesn't happen in the future. And he recommended changing from WordPress to Shopify.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart. It's good.
Okay.
Okay. You want me to tell you why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. Because WordPress is a platform that you can build websites on, for everybody who doesn't know. And the thing about WordPress that is nice is that there's a lot of developer tools. And there were a lot of plugins. And so if you, for example, you wanted to have reviews on your site, you put the plugin. You want to have a contact us form, you put the plugin. You want to have an RSS feed, you use the plugin. So you get my drift.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
But with that, you need somebody who will do weekly updates. And those weekly updates can take anywhere between 40 minutes and maybe a couple of hours. And then when you when you do the updates, and it has to be done weekly, if not when another security update, maybe it's a couple of times a week, is that it leaves you vulnerable to somebody in a team sitting there for hours doing 18,000 fake reviews with a link to Viagra or whatever they were doing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you don't want to keep your website updated and you still want to be able to sell stuff, what do you sell online?
Pet supplies, kind of holistic, food, treats, supplements,
Nice. Okay.
chemical-free things. Yeah.
Okay, so and if you want to keep selling that stuff and you don't want to deal with a developer and you don't want to deal with WordPress updates, just build Shopify and just have them do it. Now, let me tell you something. I've had the same conversation with my sister because we built her website on WordPress. Okay. And I told her, I said, we don't have the staff anymore to keep websites up. So you got to go find somebody, or you got to put it on. In her case, she doesn't sell anything really. It's going to be like on Wix or Squarespace or something like that. So that this way you don't have to deal with all these updates. But when it came time for me to build a website for our supplement company, a company that Ian and I, my son and I are now launching, is that we just put it on Shopify. That's it. I mean, we have a little website, but most of it is all sitting there on Shopify because this way you don't have to screw around with it. You don't have to worry about it.
Is it going to cost her a lot of money to have her web guy do the switch over?
That should probably cost, I don't know, a couple $100.
Oh, so yeah, nothing. Drop in the bucket.
And then for Shopify, I mean, I don't know how many pages she has. Okay. But then for Shopify, you're probably looking at, I don't know, 35 to, depending upon all your options, between 35, maybe $100 a month.
Okay.
But again, you're not sitting there keeping this thing updated and updated and updated. Commando.com is on WordPress right now.
Right now.
Yes. We're going to be switching that sucker pretty damn soon. Oh, my gosh. Dina, thank you so much for your call today. Let's see. How about John in Charleston, West Virginia? Hi, John.
Yeah, hi, Kim. Enjoy your show. I've learned a lot over the years, and it's an honor to be on with you.
Well, thank you.
A couple years ago, I bought a GPS tracking device to put on motorcycles. I have several motorcycles that I take various places, and when they're on the trailer, like in a hotel parking lot or something like that, I worry about them being stolen.
Sure.
So I wanted something that would, if they did move, I would be notified, or it would track where they go. And here in West Virginia, cell service is non-existent. In fact, I don't have cell service here at the house.
Wow. Why is that?
Even though I'm 2.5 miles from the Capitol building in Charleston.
No.
Wait, so you don't have cell phone service at your house?
Do you live in a cave?
No. It's a mountain hollow, and behind the mountain, there's no cell service.
Oh gosh, I thought being on a 10.5-hour flight without Wi-Fi was bad.
What mountain is this? Is this Everest?
I know, it's weird.
That's crazy.
But there's lots of places in West Virginia there's no cell service, especially if you get over by the Green Bank Observatory and all that stuff. They don't have it. But
they don't want any interference with anything over there.
Yeah, the mountains block a lot of it, so that's what it is. But anyway, this device that I bought, the battery life was terrible. It's $20 a month, and it worked okay at first. It did what it was supposed to do. Let me back up a little bit. I had to buy a big accessory battery pack for it because the battery life was so bad.
How long does the battery last?
Well, the way it came, it literally was hours. I mean, 12, 15 hours or something like that.
Oh, God, that's awful.
Anyway, I got the optional battery pack, which comes with a waterproof case for it, which the original device wasn't waterproof. With the battery pack, it's got a case to put it in that is. And when I went to use it this past weekend, I could not get it to connect no matter what I did. I called the company, was on the phone with them for like an hour, didn't get anywhere. It eventually connected hours later, but it was in the wrong location. And then over the weekend, when I was moving, I had it on my truck dashboard. It took about an hour for it.
Okay, well, that's not going to work because if somebody steals the motorcycle, they'll be in Florida by the time you get notified.
And with an add-on battery, this sounds like so huge.
How long ago did you buy this?
About 2 years ago, maybe.
Oh, well, a lot has changed since then.
But is it something that people could see and recognize and just pull it off and chuck it to the side before they steal the bike?
Well, luckily the box has a magnet on it, so I'm able to put it under the gas tank on top of the engine or something like that, where it's not really visible. The box itself is about 2 to 2.5 inches square.
Oh, do you have an iPhone?
Yes.
Have you ever just thrown in an AirTag?
Well, if I understand right, the AirTags will only work if there's somebody with an iPhone in vicinity of it.
Or another Apple device. Or...
yeah, but here there's no cell service or anything in so many places.
I think just for giggles, I would just throw a little AirTag in it just for giggles.
And then have one of your friends pretend steal it and see how far and long you can track it.
At this point, it's not working right. And like I said, I couldn't get it to connect for the longest time. While I was on my ride that we went to this weekend, it was on the trailer, and it didn't move, but it notified me 3 or 4 times that it had moved.
No, but I think what we're getting at is that what you have right now is garbage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to know if there's something out there that's better, cheaper, simpler, whatever. You know?
I mean, there are, for example, the Land Air Sea is a little tracker. The battery life is up to 2 weeks. I'm still going to go, even though there's no cell service, I'm still going to go back to that. I'd go spend the $20 on an Apple AirTag and put it under the seat, just as a test,
sure.
just as a test.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's not going to cost you anything. And then worst case is it doesn't work. Then the next time you go on vacation, you throw that AirTag into your luggage. So when the airlines come back and they say, "Hey, your bag is in Des Moines and not in Detroit," you're like, "Yeah, it's actually in Miami." So because I can see it on the map. But take a look at, a couple for you to take a look at is the GeoBit. Matter of fact, we'll send you this list. Don't worry about it. And then for everybody else, we'll put it inside the official newsletter of the Kim Komando Show, which is, of course, the current that you can get at getkim.com. Hey, I got to tell you about ghost trapping. Still to come here on the Kim Komando Show.
Running a business comes with a lot of what ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku. And it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Let's see. Mark in Nashville, Tennessee. You're up next. Hello there, Mark, and welcome.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
Wonderful. Love your accent. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, I get that a lot. So, I just want to say I love your newsletter, The Currents. It's really nice, and it's really great to talk to you. I'm a big fan of yours. Love to see what you bring to me every week, or every day, rather.
You're sweet. Thanks, Mark.
Hey, so I want to talk a little bit about YouTube and Google family sharing. So the issue that I have is that I have family sharing with my kids and used to be my wife. And so I like going to Google and, kind of doing my little history or doing my research and everything. And so I was looking for a new car, and all of a sudden I get this text from my daughter says, "Hey, are you looking for a new car?" And so I was like, yeah. How you know? She said, "Well, I just, noticed it on Family Google and was just curious, that sort of thing." So I went to my settings and said, "Hey, how can I hide my history or whatever that is that she happened to be able to see?" and I can't find how to fix this.
Yeah. Okay. Couple of things you can do is not use the family account. Okay. That's okay. You can get into your YouTube settings and then history and privacy. And in those settings, that's where you can clear your watch history and clear your search history. When you're in there, you can also pause any type of searches from being remembered there. You can turn on incognito mode on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay.
And so what you do is you go into your profile photo, and that's where you can turn on incognito. But I don't know. I mean, if I was sharing an account with my ex and my kids and didn't want, and then maybe, the ex is asking for money, and then you're like sitting there looking at new Ford F-150s.
Can't afford it, honey.
I got no money. And then she's like, yeah, but you're looking at all these videos. Okay.
Exactly.
Then,
exactly.
So that's where I think I would just get another Google account and do it that way.
Family disconnected.
Boom. Locked and loaded right there. We're done. Mark, thanks for your kind words and thanks for your call. Coming right back, ghost tapping on the rise here on the Kim Komando Show. I don't know if you've heard of something called ghost tapping. Have you ever heard of ghost tapping? Andrew?
Never.
The Better Business Bureau says scammers can now charge your credit cards, your debit cards, without you even taking it out of your pocket. Tap to pay cards, phones that uses what's called near field communication, of course, NFC. That's where you just tap to pay. Everybody has done that. Well, scammers are now carrying those same payment devices. So if they get close enough to you, say in a crowded line or in a room or something like that, it's just like you just tapped to pay for something and you didn't.
I don't like this
That's
at
bad.
all. I might be taking my cards off of my phone.
So what's the fix? Yeah, just what you were talking about, the credit cards there. Also, keep all your credit cards in RFID blocking sleeves or wallets. And if you need some, we've got links over at commando.com. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure that you join close to 1 million folks right now who are signed up for my free newsletters. And you should check it out. You're going to love it, like everybody else, at getkim.com. Hey, appreciate you being here. That's the end of hour one of the show. And be sure to tell your family members and friends how great it was.